if you want. Rome was not built in a day. Media empires were not built in a day. It takes time. And sometimes we just need to figure out what's not going well because our topic may be right, our personality may be right. There's so many things that might be right, but sometimes podcasts don't just launch fast. Sometimes it's a slow climb. Sometimes it's finding your right audience. So here's three strategies to help you stay in it longer, look at what's going on, and grow your media brand empire. Number one is reflect and refresh. Reflect and refresh. Do them both. Take a self-analysis of what you're doing, how you're doing it. Before you dive into strategies, before you change a single thing, take a moment to assess the podcast as it is right now. What's the style? What's the platform you on? What's the level of engagement? What's your delivery like? How often do you deliver? Do you have gaps? Break it down and look at things and figure out what's happening right now. Don't change a thing, but reflect and refresh on what's happening right now. Ask yourself this: has the content become repetitive and outdated? Has your content become repetitive and outdated? It happens very easy. The media trends are changing so fast. Just this summer long, think about what's happened between Meta, with the launch of Threads, the rebranding of Twitter to X, the changes to social media. Think how fast we can fall into a repetitive or outdated material. What's going on with you? Ask yourself, does it resonate with your current trends of the listeners? What are they really watching? This is where you can watch and see what's trending. Go look at the trends of YouTube. Go look at the trends of Instagram. Do some research to find out what's going on. At the beginning of this year, I was not a fan of shorts. I thought it was a gimmick. I watched the trends. I wasn't a fan. I continue to watch the trends. I now have shorts on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Instagram. It won me over. I understand why it's working, and now I've elevated it and I'm using it. Consider reformatting your show, maybe. Introducing a brand new segment. TV, talk show, radio shows do this all the time. They add something in, take something out. Updating your show's branding may be another one, which I'm currently working on with several clients because it's got lost. It's got confusing. And we want to always have your branding be bullseye, number one for your audience, for your target. So take a moment, relax, refresh, see what you can do here. So can I send you your podcast for a review? Of course you can, Aaron. And anybody else. That's one of the free consultations that I do. I'll give you a free consultation on your podcast, on your streaming show. I'll give you a free consultation to help you figure out what's going on. And then from there, see if ongoing coaching is necessary. That's exactly why we do this, Aaron. So thank you for wanting that. So reflect and refresh. Get yourself refueled. Look at it with clear eyes right now. Now, another way to do it, step number two, strategy number two is going to be reconnect through personal stories. That's right. Get more personal with your podcast. One of the biggest trends going on the last year, even 6 months, is spiking higher and higher. Share personal anecdotes, your challenges. Don't just give them the great yay Superman stories. Give them the struggles you're going through. Talk about the transformation you have gone through. I just did it myself a minute ago. I got talking about those shorts. I didn't see it. I didn't get it. I got it. It got through. And it's made a change in how I use them as a lead pin for more content. You know, authenticity builds stronger relationship, whether it's online, offline, your marriage, your relationship with your kids. Be authentic. Be real. Allow yourself to be seen as human rather just a talk show host. Rather than just the talking head, tell them, hey, I went and saw Oppenheimer this weekend. Great movie this weekend. Long movie, but great movie. And if they don't clean up at the honor awards and the movie awards this year, it'll be a real shame. Probably the best movie by none. by far about anybody out there was Oppenheimer. And it's based on history, based on truth. We knew the ending, but it still gripped me all the way through it. Share your stories. Here we go. Jan back in again. Catching up with you, Jan. I see you there. Let's rock the stage with impact. There we go. Aaron, I love your attitude, man. Great. Refresh after the fun weekend. And be authentic, be real. That's where you want to keep. And more than anything else, that's really become one of the big shifts of podcasting, streaming content. They want to get to know you. They want to see you at the movie theaters, walking your dog. Maybe not all the food you eat. Okay, I think we're past the food thing. But they do want to know about you, your authentic world, your authentic life. Round out you as the talking head. Third, maybe if you do the study, and maybe if you do some of the things we're talking about, then maybe you want to, make it shorter. Yeah. Make it shorter because we live in a bite-sized soundbite world more and more. It doesn't mean you don't have a long content. Okay. I'm still the biggest fan of long content. I love like a 3-hour plus Oppenheimer movie. I love good stuff when it's good content. But the first way to get them excited is maybe do the long, chop it up, and do it a short mini episode. I'm seeing this being done very well. I'm seeing people use Patreon this way, where they'll have a full long version, but for their Patreon people at one level, they have a short version of the podcast. If you want to know more, subscribe to our Patreon and get the unedited version. That's one way of doing it, of using it. Also, if you're shorter, it's bite-sized nuggets. Again, one of the biggest areas I'm coaching people on is think episodic. You have 1 point tonight, point 2 comes tomorrow night, point 3 comes Wednesday, and you build an episode, a theme, like a movie, like a TV series, like a mini series. But instead of having them pay for it, it's part of your podcast way of doing it. And the best way to do that I know is leave them with a cliffhanger every time you wrap up a short content podcast. Tantalize that next sound bit. Paul Harvey did it all the time. Paul Harvey used to say, and here's the rest of the story. That little dramatic pause in there. And people would love when Paul Harvey gave you the rest of the story. Do it with your podcast. Give them something short and come back tomorrow for the rest of the story. Yes, let them chew on it for 24 hours or 2 days or a week or whatever your podcast rhythm is. Consider time as something you can leverage to better invite people in. Too long, they get lost. It's too many points. Don't give them 15 points in one show. Like today, I'm giving you 3 strategies. Usually at 2 p.m. with the trigger, it's 3 or 5 strategies. Sometimes it's been 1 because it's so meaty and so good. It's like eating that big hamburger. You just got to have 1. It makes it easier for your audience to check in, check out. Plus, if they're not caught up on your show, it's easier for them to go back, listen to a couple shorts, get caught up on your show, and then dive into those longer versions if you want. It's a great strategy if you're not leveraging. Again, these are if it's kind of failing, kind of struggling right now. We don't want you to lose energy. We don't want you to lose your inspiration. We want you to really, really enjoy what you do, but make your time and energy and efforts count to get the results that you want to have. So, Jan's dropping into the chat box here. Keeping track with us. Keep that shorter attention, but the shorter attention also leads to a longer engagement. Find a way to ask questions. Find a way to, again, use that cliffhanger. Find a way to draw them into the intimacy. So they do want to reach out. They do want to follow up and learn more about you and what you're doing. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus here today. Bonus time. I'm going to give you one more strategy. I think this one is so underused. And I just had someone last week, after several weeks of doing it, come back and reach out and saying, I am convinced. And they weren't, just like I was not convinced about shorts. Highlight past episodes. It's a great strategy. Again, I talk about leveraging the power of reruns. Leverage your reruns. You have a catalog of shows. You have shows that may have been aired at the holidays, aired at a rough time and people couldn't catch it. Maybe the theme was not right then, but the theme is right now. Go look over your list and find a way to leverage past hits. Doesn't matter about the number count. Maybe the engagement, maybe the spark on camera, maybe the conversation was so rich, you just have to go back. I've got something like that I do have like a best of show list. I had one that during the show, this goes back 2 years now, the chemistry and the spark on camera was literally so thick and so much fun. People were commenting, not just on the comments and the information we were sharing, they were commenting on how much fun they saw us having, and they felt like they were having fun with us. That's a hit show. That's a show that you want to reshare and re-put back out there again. It also is a way that you can do a current show, and I've mentioned this one before, do a current show based on a theme you've done before and bring it in. Just like I mentioned right there, if I had a clip of that show handy right now, I should have brought it on, shown you the chemistry that we had, and you'd be going, oh, yeah, trigger, I get it. Use that was then, this is now, and bring in highlights of the past. Many talk show hosts do this. If they have a guest they've had multiple times, they'll have their team cue it up. They'll have something ready to go. And during the current interview, they'll say, hey, remember you were here at Christmas time last year? Roll the tape. And they roll the tape. Them bragging about their wife being pregnant, the new movie coming out, and they said something stupid or funny. And they come back to the live. Remember that? Remember that? And they have a good laugh. They have a good follow-up conversation of it. Leverage what you have. Spice up your shows. Don't just be played once and done. Sometimes in my Rock the Stage show, I will reference episode 10, season 2. Go back, go find it. And you're going to find this great episode featuring Bill Gertine talking about Restream or talking about whatever we were talking about. You have the ability to surprise people and using these highlights, using best of the best at the Christmas time, at the holidays, whatever your year anniversary is. Celebrate it with re-airing some of the best. And these are ways, again, these are strategies that can help you get your listeners re-engaged. Have your clients get re-engaged. Have people realize it's more than just a show. There's a lot of great stuff going on here. These strategies are designed to help you not get burnout. Like I said, 8 out of 10 podcasts fail before episode 10. Let's get past that. Let's break that stat, but let's do it in a way that we pause, we reflect, we analyze, we try new things, and some things stay the same. You don't have to scrap it all, do it all. Just add clarity, add some fun, spice it up a little bit, and you may find a way through what is hard to do. Jan's got a book coming out, Celebrating the Book. There we go, Celebrating the Book, October 13th. There's going to be a party, right, Jan? There's going to be a book party? Yes. Congratulations, Jan, on that. That is fabulous. We love to be celebrating with our friends of Rock the Stage and letting people know what's going on. Hey, don't forget, if you want some coaching, as I mentioned before, if you want to have a call and we can do a free consultation on one of your clips, one of your shows, hit the QR code, book a call, and let's talk. Have a free strategic call. Talk about where you're at, where you want to be, and let's get you rocking the stage even better and better. Avoid burnout. Connect with the trigger. How's that? That's a brand new slogan right here. It came out live. Hey, that's going to do it for today. I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. We'll be back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We go live with insights, tips, tricks, strategies to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, to elevate you and your brand authority. Aaron's coming in at the final minute. Wahoo! Everyone have a great day. We're going to see you here tomorrow at 2 p.m. live with the Trigger.